The tipping point that I knew that I was going to be an artist is when I didn't make my middle school basketball team and I still wanted attention. So I was always like funny, I guess. You know what I'm saying? I was always like witty. So I remember like some kid like dissed me or some shit. Like it was like, I was poor though. You know what I'm saying? So I had like 2 pair of pants and shit. So he like called me out on it. And like I roasted him, but like rapping. And everybody went crazy. I was like, oh shit. This might be the move for me to be popular. And that's what it was. And I was very lucky or very blessed that my older cousin was such a huge influence on me, and he was such a huge hip hop head. He put me on everything. I was listening to fucking Public Enemy and fucking, the first song I ever memorized as a 7, 8-year-old kid was BDP 9mm Goes Bang. So I was very much entrenched, like it was in me. So I was like, oh, this is just second nature. I can rap. That's what it was. I'm motivated by fear. I'm motivated by the fear that I've made the wrong decision with my life, or I'm motivated by the fear that I'll never reach the standard that I set for myself. So it keeps me from being complacent. It keeps me from being comfortable. You know what I'm saying? That's my biggest thing. My biggest thing is fear. Like I'm scared of being a failure. What got me into music production was being around people who were really good at it and feeling like that I would be wasting an opportunity if I didn't try to learn from them. So being around Denon Porter, being around Silent Riot and everybody else who's like super good at creating music and was willing to show me how to create music, that's what got me into it. Plus the fact that I couldn't really afford beats. I couldn't really afford to get beats from people who were good. So rather than be disrespectful and be like, yo, you should give me this, I just learned how to do it on my own. My biggest mentors are Denon Porter, Royce 5'9", and my man Hex Murder, who was my manager at one time. From Hex, I learned the business. From Hex, I really learned the business, you know what I'm saying, not to let anybody push me over, not to be gullible, not to be naive. From Denon, I learned perseverance for sure. For sure, I learned independence from him, because he's not a person who gives like many handouts. You know what I'm saying? It's like, well, yeah, like I got the plugs, but if it's dope, then I'll put it out. So bring me something dope, which makes you go back and work harder. And from Royce, I guess I just learned like professionalism. He's like the most professional person. You know what I'm saying? Like, although he's bald, you never see a hair on his head misplaced, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? And he's like the best. He's like the best nigga rapping. So take all that from them, make me. It's like, you know, a big jambalaya of some shit.